And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with this MLB Short 22 Custom League. And we continue on with this season here in year 2 now. And we are at the All-Star break. And we will start All-Star festivities here today in this episode. And the starting point of that is this NL and AL Futures game here. As we'll take a look at some of the best top prospects from around the league and kind of look at what their seasons are and get an inning or so with these pitchers and get a few hits with these hitters as well. Derek Lamar is the headline ace here. He's got a 3.45 ERA. Steven Richardson and his incredible season that he's been putting together so far with that 1.5 ERA, 19 earned runs allowed right now. He is the number 2 pitcher. They're already +8 for him in hit per 9. Which is really an incredible attribute increase already. Richie Wolf, the number 1 draft pick from last year. Sean Robles makes this game +4 in a few of those categories for him already. Robbie Roy, +6 to home run per 9. That's his lowest stat, and that's a stat that I'm glad that is going up for him. Maxwell Ojeda, Philip Hinojo there. Emmanuel Cummings, Virgil Garcia, and there's a look at Emmanuel Cummings +6 for him in one of edge attributes. Emmanuel Cummings, Virgil Garcia for he's on the New York team, and then Julio Gonzalez +7 to hit per 9 already for him at only 18 years old. So that's a look at the pitchers on at least the American League side there. And now you look at the National League side, and Kane Shorter with a 4.06 ERA is actually the headliner in this game. It's kind of interesting there, but Leo Munoz +5, +4, and in some of these stats, 3.45 ERA for him this year. Ken Garcia, +4 for him, but man, 2.23 ERA, 1.2 WHIP so far. He's having an excellent start to the year so far. DJ Hall is there, Kate Duvall as well. Those guys are a little bit older in age. Ryan Rice, I'm not really sure why he's in this game. He's not really that crazy of a futures player. But Mark Schnell, yeah, he's definitely a guy to watch out for. +5 to walk and homer per 9. He's 23-0 in save opportunities so far. He's only allowed 2 runs all season. And then Gary York, +5 in K per 9, and he has a 1.72 ERA. And then Roger Geronimo he's on the AAA team for the Crusaders there, and he is the closer in this one. So looking at these lineups here, some really big prospect names to show, as you got Connor Stott, who, I don't know how close he is to the majors. Wes Kath, though, he's getting really close to being in the bigs, and he has an almost 1,000 OPS so far in 16 games at AAA this year. He's up to a 71 overall now. Of course, Bo Suarez is in this game. Top 5 prospect right now. One of the best offensive prospects in the league. +5 for him and +5 in power versus righties as well. James Wood, some good increases for him so far, as he's 20 years old. And Nolan Gorman is having a really good season. 278 batting average for him so far. 300 average for Marco Luciano. +5 in his contact ratings, +4 in power versus righties, +5 in discipline there, 83 OPS for him. Willie Rosado, first baseman, 19 years old. He's having a good start to the year. He's in this game as well. And Enrique Gonzalez, 18 years old, a prospect for the Las Vegas Gamblers in left. Tyler Soderstrom is the catcher here, +6 to discipline. That's really good there. Very close to the major league right now. Then Adrian Del Castillo also makes it here, +8 to contact for him, 740 OPS this season. He's on the bench, though. And see, these are some of the bench players that we have in this game. Connor Norby got good defense. Hitting ratings are a little bit low there for him. But Royce Lewis is a important prospect to keep in mind going forward this year. Earl Alert there. I actually don't know what his potential is, but he ends up making it as a backup, and then Monty White as well. Offense, moving over. So that was actually the American League. This is the National League now. Moving over to the National League, you got Dave Franco at 851 OPS for him this year. He has been awesome in Double-A, and he is the leadoff hitter in this game. Anthony Volpe, number 2 in the batting order. Russ Adams with that 372 batting average, +9. And that 372 batting average to 458 on base percentage and 28 stolen bases. Ridiculous numbers for him at +9 in Kinder versus righties already, and a potential increase. He is that number 3 hitter for them. And then you got Henry Fisher, the high contact, high speed kind of a caliber player here as well. He's the number 4. Dustin Harris, +8 to power versus lefties for him this year. We're seeing great increases for him for Boston. He's with the Barons. And then Luis Rios, of course, one of the top picks of last year's draft, 99 potential player, +7 for him. And some of those stats, he's on the starting lineup. James Outman, the only guy representing Houston in this game. And Tyler Black as well. Then Francisco Alvarez is this team's starting catcher for the Firebirds. And then backing up, on the bench here, Enrique Garcia in left field. NJ Melendez, backup catcher in this Futures game. Nick Prado ends up making it as a first baseman. Austin Martin, he ends up making it here, and that's awesome to see him get it in some showing here in this type of a game. And then Salvatore Nieve for the Mexico City Diablos there at the shortstop position. And then Brendan Davis as well makes it in to that lineup. So that's a look at the pitchers and the lineup here for this Futures game as the All-Star break officially kicks off and All-Star festivities officially get underway. NL and AL Futures here playing in this one. And I don't remember which, of the AL or the NL, which of those sides won this game last year. I'll maybe put it on the screen there for you guys so you have that information. But, usually in the All-Star games in the Major League level, we've seen the American League dominate those games. But we'll see how this one goes. Derek Lamar out there on the mound. Let's look at his stats one more time. A 3.45 ERA for him on 109 innings this year. And Connor Scott leading this game off for the National League All-Stars. So he's facing an 0-2 count here from Derek Lamar. And the pitch to him here is a fly ball into the outfield. And Anthony Volpe, the shortstop there, cannot catch it. And then Dave Franco throws it widely back into the infield. And it gets past the second baseman and all the way to the benches there. And it's going to end up being an error. So the runner, Connor Stott, moves all the way to second base on that. And, I'm not sure why that throw was so bad there for Dave Franco. It's not a good sign here on, a game of this caliber when all the scouts are looking at you here for what you can do. And that was a bad look, as that is a strike. And that was a good pitch to Wes Cal right there. He could have definitely done something with that pitch here. But he's already got a man in scoring position here immediately. And now he swings at this curveball. That got on the plate as well. James Outman is driven all the way to the wall here before he does end up making the catch, as the runner will tag from second over to third base. So that'll be the out. We're in the Twin Stadium here as you look at the lineup and what you kind of seen that. But yeah, 332 average at 942 OPS for Bo Suarez. He's definitely the big star of this game on the offensive side. And we'll see what he can do here on this plate appearance, as that pitch just barely misses, apparently, on the outside corner from Lamar. The count moving it to 1-1, and now 8 pitches into this first inning as that one runs inside and hits Bo Suarez on the elbow. So he will reach first base here, and the man on the corners now. So they're at least the only good part of that is there's a double play possibility here, but Derek Lamar is definitely struggling a little bit. James Wood, an 813 OPS, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs in Double-A this season. Those are really good numbers there. Excellent RBI opportunity for him. 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. Rios has got it. No, he can't pick it up. And James Wood is going to reach on what probably will end up being an infield single there. And Connor Stott comes in to score. The National League scores first here in this game, kind of in a weird way, as that's a swing and a miss. Nolan Gorman strikes out on a really good off-speed pitch by Derek Lamar, one of his better pitches of the game, probably, honestly, to this point. As you see with his pitching, this looked like a lot of fastballs. I mean, he threw the first four fast pitches were fastballs, and then he went to the off-speed stuff to get Gorman. So that's a strike. That's a good fastball there to Marco Luciano. 300 average, 833 on base for him this season. 2-on, 0-2 counts, and it's popped up in the air, and Alvarez is going to settle under that. He makes that catch after he pops up, takes the catcher's mask off, and that is the end of the top half of the first inning. So a run for the National League here in that first inning, and a run for Kenny Schroeder to work with here. 1.4 whip, which is a little bit high for him here, giving up quite a lot of hits so far, and a little bit of base runners there. He also does not really strike anybody out. He only has 61 strikeouts this season. But here's Jose Franco, 22 stolen bases, 851 OPS. I mean, he is just crushing it down at AA. I think we're going to see him in AAA at some point this year, as 1-2 pitch to him is a fly ball, and that is right to James Wood, though, who makes the catch. Out number 1 here in this bottom half of the first inning. So what he saw, kind of what this lineup looks like there. You got Volpe, Wes Adams, Fisher, Harris, Rios, Alman, Tyler Black, and Francisco Alvarez, the AL All-Star lineup. And here is Wes Adams. One of the best first halves of a guy, in the minor leagues that I've really ever seen. Just fantastic for him, numbers-wise. Luciano drifting back, that was almost, very similar type of swing, a type of little hit right there, a little pop fly that we just saw happen in the top of the first inning. Connor Stott reached on that one. That time, that one was caught by the shortstop. So here's Willie Rosado, 893 OPS for him. He is legitimately playing excellently this season so far. And out to pitch is Richie Wolf now. 2.88 ERA and 112 innings in AA, and I think we will see him in AAA. It's pretty much, I would like to see that, and he's getting close to being in the majors. I don't know, he might not be in the minors next year. By the time this game happens, we'll have to see. But that is a base hit for Willie Rosado, and again, just as the first inning started with a base runner, the second inning will start with one as well. But here's Enrique Gonzalez, and he's already getting his first at-bat here as the number 8 hitter in only the second inning. 1-2 pitch. That's a slurve, swing and a miss, and Wolf gets a K for the first out. That was pretty filthy right there from Richie Wolf, and now Tyler Soderstrom is going to grind it right over to that Rios, or to Rios there, and Luis Rios is going to start a double play, and that'll end the top of the second inning. So good inning there for Richie Wolf. Works around the hit that he gave up in that inning, and now we go bottom 2. And here's Derek Fisher, or Henry Fisher, 14 homers, 52 RBIs, and a 737 OPS for him. Pretty decent numbers, I'd say. And now out comes Leo Munoz. AA numbers for him, and pitching right now for I believe the Rattlers AA affiliate, and only 18 years old, so big stage for him at this point in his career. Biggest one that he has pitched in so far in his career. Is that is fouled away by Fisher. It looked like he hit it pretty well, but early on that swing, and now he looks at a curveball for strike 3. Great location by Rios, or great location right there by Munoz. Curveball is right on the corner. So 1-0 count. Here is Dustin Harris, and there's a line drive. That one is going to get down, and it's going to roll pretty far into center field, but James Wood is able to cut it off and only allows a single there for Dustin Harris. And I think this game is important because I do think there's a distinct possibility that Boston will want to use him in the second half of the season in the major league level. James Outman comes on up. Only 706 OPS. He's about league average down there at AAA this season. And now he's going to ground it right over to Marco Luciano, and he takes it himself to step on second base and end the inning. Maybe a little bit of a closer play than you might have anticipated there at second base. But now comes Steven Richardson, who, I mean, just has blown everyone away, blown the league away with these numbers for him in the first half of the season. The 1.5 ERA leading all of minor league baseball, as that's a swing and a miss on a slider. Nice pitch right there by Richardson, as that's a pitch to, who was that at the plate? Was that Wes Kath again in his second at-bat? I think that's who that was, but man, that was filthy. Now it's Bo Suarez at the dish. 11th pitch of the inning, and Suarez will fly it into the outfield. Henry Fisher is going to make that catch. And he ends the inning there, and will send us middle of the third, still 1-0. So good 1-2-3 frame from Steve Richardson there. Now comes Cade Cavalli, 96 innings. I mean, only a 4.19 ERA. He is like 24, 25 years old already. But this Tyler Black is 772 OPS for him, and I mean, his defense is pretty strong. And he's going to send one into center field there, and it is going to fall in for a hit. So that's a hit. I don't know why that throw was so poor forward by James Wood right there, but now a man on here, bottom of the third inning. Hale trying to get back in this game, as that's a ground ball. That one is through. Alvarez gets a single now, and the first two men get on base with base hits here for the American League in the bottom of the third. 2 on, still nobody out here for Dave Franco, top of the order again, and he's going to swing through a curveball. That was a brilliant pitch right there by Cavalli. Now the count moves to 1-2. I mean, this is a big pitch here. We need to get this out if you're him on the mound, and it's a ground ball over to short. Luciano goes to first for one, but they're not able to turn the double play. As that's another great part of his game right there. Dave Franco's game, 92 speed, able to beat it out. Now Ferron is on the corner. That's a fly ball to James Wood in center. He's going to run on it, makes the catch. Tacking from third is the runner, and they got him at the plate. Brilliant throw by James Wood from center field. Right on the money. A one hopper, two Soderstrom, and this game remains 1-0. Wow, showing off the defense. That is an impressive play right there, and exactly the type of play you want to make in a game like this. You want it to get the attention of the Major League scouts that are here in attendance in this game. That's how you do it. So we're on to the top of the fourth. Robbie Roy is on the mound here, and he's gotten the first 2 outs of this inning cleanly without any real issues, but now does give up a base hit on that one. That was a really well-lined drive right back up the middle and the center. And now Willie Rosado is back up. 1 for 1 on the day so far. That was strike 2, and now he can't catch up to the fastball. The 97-mile-an-hour gas by Robles, or by Robbie Roy, ends the top of the 4th inning. So a couple of, working around the hit there. The NL does have 5 of them here in this game, but they still only have the 1 run. Here is Ken Garcia, and 88 innings, 2.23 ERA. Those numbers are really impressive. A 218 average against righties is especially impressive. And he's got Wes Adams here leading off this inning, as that one gets through below the glove of Rosado at first base. And there is Wes Adams doing what he does, getting on base, and of course he's a monster stolen base threat right now. 28 of them in the regular season. That's a 2-seamer that is down below the knees. Count here 2-0. Falling behind Henry Fisher, and this is the type of at-bats that a hitter like this was for here. 2-2 count now, as it's a ground ball to Luciano. He steps on the bag there, but can't successfully turned 2, and maybe if he threw it to Bo Suarez right away, they could have turned 2 there, but they did not try and steal with Wes Adams right there, which I'm kind of surprised by. But now we go bottom of the... Now we're still in the bottom of the 4-2 down. Luis Rios trying to do something with this base runner. That is a slider right at the knees. I mean, perfect location by Ken Garcia there. 1-2 count now. Ground ball back up the middle again to Luciano. And this time, he will throw it to Bo Suarez. And they do just barely get the out at second. So another 0 put up here as... I mean, so far, the National League pitching has been really good in this game. So here's Sean Robles, and kind of suffered some injury issues early on in the season. He's only started 11 games there, but still really good numbers for him across his first, 56 innings in the majors. So we're in the top of the 5th inning already here. Enrique Gonzalez is at the plate, and he fouls that curveball back. Moves the count to 0-2. And this is a good spot right here for Sean Robles to be, as the 0-2 is in the dirt, and it gets a swing and a miss. Wow, that was pitched way down low, and I mean, filthy stuff there from Robles, and it gets the strikeout. Garcia there, or Enrique cannot hit that one. I mean, almost nobody can hit that one in the dirt. And now there's a line drive. Speared and caught. Connor Stott winds it right to short and ends the top of the 5th. Still no runs in this game since the very first inning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now coming out on the mound is DJ Hall. 3.64 ERA for him in 96 innings so far this year. 95 strikeouts, so he's doing well, really well with that. But again, he's also one of those older guys, 24 years old, I believe. So 7, 8, 9 for the AL in the bottom half of this inning now. 2-2 to James Outwin. It's a fly ball into the shallow outfield, and Connor Stott making his way over to make that catch. Good range out there for him in right field, and a good play made on that ball. So now Francisco Alvarez takes the plate here. 1 for 1 in this game so far. And he's going to swing, hit that curveball over to Luciano. Diving attempt by the third baseman. But Luciano takes care of the play himself and throws it over to first base. I mean, neither side has given up much of anything here in the last few innings. And I actually don't know the last time we saw a hit for either one of these teams. So now we're done with the starting pitching in this game. Now we're on to bullpen guys. And we're showing off Maxwell Ojeda here first in the top of the 6th inning. Still a 1-0 game. So 1-1 count to Westcath here. That is fouled back. And it moves to 1-2. Westcath so far 0 for 2. I believe he's definitely struck out at least once in this game so far. The 1-2 from him. And Ojeda goes to the 4-seamer. 94 miles an hour. Not super fast there as fastballs go, but Westcath was not ready for it, and he swings right through it. So a big strikeout to begin the 6th inning, and there's 2 down in the inning now. Gets the next guy out, and it's up to James Wood, the only guy with an RBI for either team tonight so far. 1 for 2 on the day, and he is going to swing. He does go around on that slider. Brilliant pitch by Ojeda there below the zone. So now 0-2. What does he come with here? He is going to go with another fastball there. High in the zone. James Wood sitting, looking at it for strike 3. Man, top of the order for the American League All-Stars. I mean, these pitchers are showing out so far. Can anybody do anything here in this game? Have not seen much offense at all. Ryan Nelson comes out of the bullpen. I don't really know why he's in this game. I mean, I guess he has decent potential, but I don't know why they couldn't have found more, better. I don't really consider him a prospect necessarily, but either way, he's coming on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He gets Dave Franco to foul that slider off. Count is 0-2 to him now, and he is going to swing and miss at that high fastball. 99. Ryan Nelson with some gas out of the bullpen here. Pumps it by Anthony Volpe. A couple sliders. I mean, starts him, I mean, backwards pitch sequence there, starts him out with the sliders instead of, you know, starting out with the fastballs like you would normally do. And now Wes Adams is up here, and, well, he can't hit that slider. I mean, he does, but he just harmlessly fouls it back as the count is now 0-2. So what can Nelson go with here? I mean, he's got all his options in front of him, and he goes with another fastball there high in the zone. Wes Adams caught swinging at that one, and it's strike 3. Wow, that was a really impressive inning right there by Ryan Nelson. 1-2-3 frame with a couple of strikeouts. Here's Virgil Garcia, 30 of 32 save opportunities, a 1.87 ERA for him this year. And now we're going to start to see guys come off the bench here for these two teams. Todd Synergy is the first one to come off the bench for the National League, as that's a ground ball back up the middle and into the outfield and into center for a single. I mean, that's the first hit that we've seen since, I think, the 4th inning in this game, if I'm not mistaken. So, first hit in a while, and now coming off of the bench is Connor Norby. Man on here, nobody down, and, you know, already got a 1-0 lead, looking to build on that here. That's a fly ball. It's into right field, but Henry Fisher can't get it. It's going to fall right in front of him for a single. Man, I mean, just can't get to that one, dropping out there in no man's land. And here now is Lonnie White, who actually has some decent potential in Salt Lake City Bees outfielder, or at least they're in their farm system right now. And he's going to ground it over to Wes Adams, who can't pick it up cleanly and does not get an out anywhere. Wow, that's a big-time blunder by Wes Adams there. And, I mean, defense isn't necessarily his strong suit. His fielding is not that bad. His throw power is really not good at all. But, man, that is a big mistake there. And now the bases are loaded. So Adrian Del Castillo is going to come out here and at bat right now, as that's a ground ball. Rio stops it, but it's going to get an out. Go to first is not going to be in time. Can't get it out, and a run will score as the NL takes a 2-0 lead. Just hits it on the ground and gets it in play. And yeah, I mean a good stop by Rios, but gotta field that one cleanly to be able to get the out. And now here's Earl Alert coming off of the bench, and I don't even know if he doesn't even have any stats, which maybe means I should be starting him, and he's not getting starts where he is playing. I don't remember exactly which team he is on in their farm system, but I mean, Virgil Garcia, this has been, kind of a disastrous inning. I don't really feel like it's all his fault, though, as that's a ground ball underneath the glove of Rios. He just kind of scuffed that one, and 2 runs are going to score. Wow, a swing and a monster hit by Earl Alert there, and it's 4-0 National League. I mean, takes a pitch outside of the zone there. I mean, not an awful pitch by Virgil Garcia, but just takes it. And Luis Rios, again, I feel like he could have made that play. I know it's not an easy one to make, but it's one that he probably should have been able to make there. And now Philip Pinot is coming out trying to salvage this inning. This inning has not gone the American League's way at all. Royce Lewis now comes off of the bench. And a 4-0 game. That's a swing and a foul back, but Phil, he's got to get some outs here. He's got to establish the tone here, and I mean, a tough spot to come out of here on the, out of the bullpen in this situation, as that slider just misses. I mean, a pretty good 2-strike pitch though to Royce Lewis, but count now at 1-2. 1-2 pitch. That's a 4-seamer, and it's strike 3. Swing and a miss, and Philip. Yeah, that pitch was only 91 miles an hour. He's not going to be throwing it with super high velocity, but Royce Lewis was not on time on that pitch at all. And that's a big-time second out. So 1-2 count now to Bo Suarez, and it's a ground ball right to Rios this time. He is going to field it cleanly, and he throws it across the diamond to finally end that inning and end a pretty brutal frame right there. A few hits in that inning and a big-time error helped 3 runs come across for the National League. They look to gain total control of this game, really. Mark Schnell, I mean, 23-23 is just insane. 3 walks as well. That's all he's allowed. He is one of the best AA closers in all of baseball right now, and he's gonna get this one in the air, and that one does fall in for Henry Fisher, who does get a base hit. So that's a base runner, at least for the American League. And if they want to come back in this game, they got to start doing it now. As Nick Prado comes off the bench. He actually has been pretty good this year. 18 OPS for him so far this season. But now here is the first pitch to him from Schnell. And that one runs inside, and it actually hits. It actually hits him on the elbow there. So that's a hit batter, and okay, a pretty shaky start. Austin Martin comes out of the dugout now. 807 OPS for him this year. Really good numbers there. Mark Schnell struggling though early on in this appearance in the 7th inning. You just after your offense finally does something again for the first time in a while, you want to back that up with a clean inning. So far, not happening, as that one is swung on a little, swing on an inside pitch there, and it plops into left field for a single and a run. Wow, not even hit that hard by Austin Martin, but it just found the outfield grass regardless. And, I mean, forcing fastball way inside. I don't even know how he managed to hit that one that well, but sometimes you just get lucky a little bit with where the ball is placed, and that was a case of it right there. Brendan Davis, 299 batting average. He's done great in AA this season so far, but now a 4-1 game, and he is the tying run at the plate right now, so this is definitely a big spot here for Mark Schnell and Brendan Davis. 1-2 counts here. It's a line drive, and that one is going to fall in to right field. Earl will pick it up, and he's gonna get it back in the infield quickly. No runs score. Another hit. Bases are loaded. Tyler Black is up here. That's a fly ball into center field. Wood on the move, and he makes the catch. Good grab out there in center. That is gonna score a run, as there you got a runner attacking from third base there. Nick Prado comes on in to score, and it is now a 4-2 game. So out of the bench now comes A.J. Melendez, taking over as the catcher. Or will be taking over the catcher as the catcher in the next inning. Here as the first pitch to him from Schnell's a ground ball right off to the right side, and that's going to get on through for a hit. As M.J. Melendez gets a single there, and it's now a 1-run game here in the 7th inning now. Good swing by Melendez on a, that was an off-speed pitch that was, on the knees, bottom of the zone. Mika Garcia now comes off the bench. But all of a sudden, the tone of this game has really shifted as Garrett York. We're going to go to the bullpen again. Garrett York is going to have to try to clean up this mess here in this 7th inning. So the AL had nothing going offensively really for the first 6 innings. Now they got 3 here in the 7th, and that's a pop-up in the infield. Infield fly rule in effect, so this is going to be an out. And, oh man, that is a really brutal out right there for the American League to have the chance to tie the game with a single, and it's a pop-up in the infield. So that's a big second out, 2 down in the inning now. Salvatore Nieve is at the plate here, and he's going to fly this one into the outfield, and Bo Suarez does race back and make the catch. Good play right there for him at second base, and that'll send us to the 8th. Kind of a wild and crazy 7th inning there. Both teams score 3 runs in that 7th frame, and now we're back to a 1-run game. So Emmanuel Cummings will come out of the bullpen here as Todd Synergy gets his second at-bat of the day. For a 1-0 pitch to Synergy. Here's a fly ball deep into left field. Garcia is at the wall, and that ball is gone. Todd Synergy with a homer. 7th. Well, he's got 7 in the regular season this year. And, that's a home run in a major league ballpark for this prospect. And, okay, good swing right here. Now, and then a guy that I really focused on, not a real top-tier prospect. I don't even think he's a top 50 prospect technically, but showing off the power here. And a 380-foot homer to left. Wow, so it's a 5-3 lead now for the National League here, as Lozano gets a ground ball to first base. And that'll end the top of the 8th inning. So Todd, he adds on to this lead for the NL. They are now going up by 2 here, 6 outs left. Well, only 4. Garrett York has done his job well here in this 8th inning so far. He's gotten the first 2 outs of the frame. And now he's up 0-2. Nick Pratto, and that's a slider down right at the knees. I mean, you talk about paint. That is what Garrett York just did right there with that pitch, painting the bottom of the strike zone. That was a perfect pitch right there, and that'll send us to the 9th. Julio Gonzalez is going to get the ball for the American League, and super intrigued by him. Again, I don't think we'll see him in the majors this year because he's only 18 years old, but he's going to be up in the bigs with Los Angeles in a very short amount of time. We're going to have to see maybe even by next year. And it's going to be a ground ball. That's taken care of there. Running over to tag the first base bag is Pratto. And now Adrian Del Castillo comes back up. Had an RBI single last time he was at the plate. And the 0-2 now. That's a swing and a miss. Curveball. Really good location by Gonzalez there. I'm going to look at this pitch and this swing. Yeah, I mean, that's filthy. Nothing much really to do with a pitch like that. And now he's 0-2 on Earl, who did have a big hit last time he was up. But now he's going to line that one right to third base and right to Marco Luciano, who makes the play to end the inning. So you got Austin Martin, Brennan Davis, and Tyler Black lining things up for you in this 9th inning with the American League down by 2.
Your attention, please.
They have to go up against Roger Geronimo here in this save opportunity. 11-13 so far in 63 innings. He's had some really good numbers there. 63 strikeouts. The average against lefties is a little bit high there, 297, but doing really well against righties this year so far. And Austin Martin will lead things off. As he's going to swing and miss there at that changeup way in the dirt for out number 1. Bad swing by Martin there after getting a hit and a big RBI his last time up. Now there's 2 out in the inning for Tyler Black to come up again. He's 1 for 2 with a single in this game. But now a 2-1 count to him here. And he's going to swing. I mean, that's a 4-seamer, and then you have no business swinging out there. And now the count is even, 2-2. Down to their last strike. That is a slider, though, that misses inside. And a 3-2 count. It'll now all come down to this here for the American League. Full count to extend the game or to end it here. The 3-2 pitch is a ground ball over to Norby at short. Picks it up, throw it to first base, is just in time. I mean, close play there at first, but they do take care of it, and the National League wraps it up here. They get the win in this All-Star game this year. 5-3, the final score in this one. Pretty close one all throughout. I mean, big 7th inning for both of these teams. And in the NL Futures, they got off to that quick start up to, they were up 4-0 at one point. And they do end up holding on at the end of it 5-3. So Todd Synergy there, 2 for 2 on the day today, including the only home run of the game. And maybe the only home run of the episode because we'll have AA All-Star games next. And I don't know how many home runs these AA hitters are going to really be able to hit. But either way, you see the box score here for the American League Futures. I mean, only 8 hits, and a majority of those are later in this game. As you got Franco, didn't have anything. Wes Adams was 1 for 4. Henry Fisher was 1 for 4. Harris was 1 for 2. Martin was 1 for 2 with an RBI. And the pitching, I mean, Derek Lamar, he gave up a run there in his first inning, but Wolf Richardson, Roy, Robles didn't give up any hits at all, though, and Robles and Ojeda did not give up a hit at all. Then Garcia definitely struggled, and he only got 1 out, 3 runs allowed, but only 2 of them earned. And did his job, didn't give up a run. Cummings gave up that home run in the 8th inning. And then Gonzalez pitched a clean inning for him. And 10 hits for the National League Futures. 2 for Tanner Scott, or not, Connor Scott. Earl with a 1-for-2 game, a couple of RBIs for him. He had definitely a big swing in this one of the biggest of the day. James Wood had an RBI and a sac fly. Todd Synergy there, 2-for-2, as I mentioned already. Luciano had a hit, so did Norby and Rosado, and then Del Castillo had the other RBI and another hit as well. But you saw good 1-2-3 frame for Shorter. And, I mean, nobody gave up a run, and Hall and Nelson didn't give up a hit until Brooks Schnell in that 7th inning, and he gave up 3 earned runs there. But Garrett York, 1.2 innings of perfect baseball there, and Geronimo also a perfect 9th for him. 5 strikeouts overall for the National League pitching. So that is going to end that All-Star, that Futures game, and now we will play some AA All-Star games here. We have one AA All-Star game, I believe, to go through with you here in this one, and then we'll go through the rest of the AA All-Star games next episode. But, yeah, Manuel Cummings, we've already seen some of these guys in that Futures game, but some of them you haven't seen. Victor O, not Victor O, oh gosh, what is his first name? One of those relievers you didn't see in that game. Nick Stemmen was also not in that not in that Futures game, which I was kind of surprised by. He is one of the best, most intriguing catching prospects in baseball, but he's in this All-Star game and he looks absolutely fantastic. I'm super excited about him right now. Steven Richardson, once again, seeing him in this game, and he's the headline ace for this game, as you would imagine with what his numbers have been like this season. And then Fernando Cruz as well. He is on the farm system. That's for Winnipeg there, and he is, or actually Boston and Winnipeg, one of those two teams. I'm not remembering exactly which one right now. Then Virgil Garcia as well in this game. And then in terms of the offense and the lineups, you got Mason Wynn. Wasn't in the Futures game, but some really good defensive increases for him. And his contact ratings have exploded this season. +8 to both contact versus lefties and righties. Jordan Walker, I mean, he looks really getting even closer to the Major League level right now. He's in AA, and he makes this All-Star game, like where his ratings are at, only 20 years old. And then Zach Geloff, I haven't really talked about him a lot this year. We've showcased him once or twice this season, but really good contact ratings versus righties there, and the power versus lefties are increasing a lot. So those are the players to look out for in this All-Star game between these two sides. And there's like 3 AA All-Star games. I don't really even know how it all works down here. The AA level is kind of confusing to me, honestly. But I guess this is the East. Mason Wynn is on the East, and a 329 average for him this season so far. He has been fantastic, and he's got runners on second and third already here with 2 out in the first inning, but he's going to pop it up in the infield, and it is going to be caught. And I don't know why I didn't show you Bo Suarez in this game, but Bo Suarez is also in this game as well. So that'll end the first inning here, and we go to the top half of the inning, and Steven Richardson out there on the mound for the AA Northeast All-Stars right now. And again, one more look at those glorious stats right there for you. And I think he'll be called out to AAA as soon as this All-Star break is over. Drew Waters, 331 average, 868 OPS. He's a little bit older, 24 years old, I think. But he actually has really good numbers this season. He's getting good increases, and you might see him at some point, maybe in AAA at the very least, before this year is over. That was a beautiful pitch, though, to him by Richardson to get the strikeout. So now Bo Suarez, we've seen him a lot recently here, and he is going to have another chance to showcase his skills, and he is going to fly that one, though, into second base as the second baseman drifting into the outfield to make that catch. Okay, so Southwest is the other league here. East and the West there. Jordan Walker's up. 2 more base runners are on here in this second inning now. as Walker's got a 2-2 count to him here. And that's a line drive. That one is going to land in the outfield here. Keller stops it around third, and gonna score is the runner. Stedman is going to be the catcher here for the West, and that is an RBI for Jordan Walker. Good job for him, and I might need to put some facial hair on him because he does have some facial hair in real life. But yeah, big swing by Jordan Walker there, 2-0. The West needs to do some catching up here, and Nick Stedman is at the plate. 270 average for him, a 738 OPS. 0-1 count to Nick Stedman. That is a slider that just touches the inside corner for strike two, I mean. Count now moves to 0-2. All right, on the mound here, big spot with a runner on base for Stedman, as that is a line drive. Marlin is the outfielder here, and he makes the catch, backing up. That one was hit really well and really hard there by Nick Stedman, but it does not find any outfield grass, so it's just a fly out. Back up to the plate comes Mason Wynn here in the top of the third inning. Still 2-0 game. Runner on first base. And the 2-0, that's a fly ball. Keller racing over. He can't get it, and it's going to go past him. Took a bad angle on it here. The runner from first is around third. He is going to come all the way around and score. And up to third base with a triple goes Mason Wynn. Great swing there by Mason. And, yeah, that was, I mean, again, not an amazing angle taken here by the right fielder, not really close to that ball when it landed. He got to cut that one off, but still, take advantage of mistakes like that made by these AA players. Now it's 3-0. So Jordan Walker is up again. He's got another RBI opportunity right now with men on the corners and one man out. And there's a fly ball, shallow right field, and it's caught, and it's too shallow to have the runner tag from third base. And that is definitely unfortunate there. No other RBI there for the batter. And now Fernando Cruz is going to come out for the East here. 3.05 ERA for him, 69. Nice 69 strikeouts on the year. Bottom of the third inning, 3-0 game here. And an 0-2 count to the batter here, CJ Chatham. And Fernando Cruz is like, oh, where did that one miss? He wanted that strike call. But it was, in fact, low. 1-2 pitch now. And it's a ground ball. A two-hopper. Vasquez picks it up. He's going to take it himself. Steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. So, big first out there. And now Al Keller comes out. He's going to come up to the plate here. For the first time, actually, of the day today. 2-1 to him. As that is a swing and a miss. Wow, that's slurred. And that's just absolutely fooled him there. And then he throws it again right on the corner, and it's a strike. And, I mean, the batter here doesn't think so. He was about ready. He was throwing the bat away, ready to go to first base. But that was indeed a strike and a brilliant pitch right there by Fernando Cruz. So, 2 down in the inning here for Drew Waters, who comes up now. He's going to swing and fly this one. This ball is deep into center field. Waylon and LaRosa looks up, and that one is gone. Into straightaway center, Drew Waters launching a home run. Wow, 5 of them in AA this season, and the West is on the board here in the third inning, 3-1. I mean, that was a no-joke home run right there by Drew Waters. That was no cheapie at all. 423 feet on the distance. That ball was absolutely crushed. So, it's 3-1 game still. Emerson Pereira up now. Fernando Cruz, you got to bounce back somehow from giving up that long ball. And he does immediately get this one in the air to right, and he does get the out. Right after that fly, right after the home run. But impressive swing by Drew Waters right there. And it's going to end the third inning here, 3-1 game now. And there's another home run. Rick Marlin, I think his first name is Rick, could be wrong there, but Marlin gets a home run here in the quick manage, and is a 4-1 game now for the West, or for the East, excuse me. Now Mason Wynn is up again, and he's going to ground that ball to third base. Donovan has it. The throwaway is not a good one. It pulls the first baseman off the bat. So that is going to be an error, as now there's 2 out in the inning here. Zach Collins is hitting, as that is a four-seamer there for strike 2. Towards the middle of the zone, as now the 3-2. To him is a swing and a miss. I mean, a good fastball there. Gets it by him, but yeah, that inning, I don't know why they're showing this inning. I don't know why they're showing this again. Fernando Cruz did not pitch in that inning, but either way, big swing there, and a 4-1 lead now. Or Washington comes out. He's had really great numbers this season, but he is the guy on the mound for Bo Suarez to come up for the second time today. And the 1-1 to him here. It's a line drive, and that one is caught by the second baseman, Shunk. So unfortunately, kind of just hit it right to him there. But out comes Maxwell Ojeda again, and just saw him in the Futures game. We'll get another look at him here in this one tonight as well. And he will start against Jordan Walker. Third at bat for him today, 1 for 2 on the day with the big RBI single. And he's already got the first out of this inning here. That is a fly ball into center field, and Pereira has the read on it, makes the catch there to get the second out of the inning. So Reyna was really good in that All-Star game there, in the Futures game that we just saw him. Now he's got the first 2 here in this inning, and he is going to get a slider, swing and a miss right there, and it's strike 3. Good job for Maxwell Ojeda. Seeing a lot of him here at this All-Star break, and he's looking really good right here. So, middle of the 5th inning, halfway home in this one, 4-1 bowl game. Now as we go to the bottom half, and Nick Stedman leading off this inning against Cameron Valladares, and that pitch somehow misses the zone at the bottom of the strike zone. 2-0 count now to Stedman. And that's a fly ball, and Jordan Walker does make the catch. Actually, a really nice catch right there, jumping up in the air. Had to jump up in the air to make that grab. So now we're going to see some guys coming off the bench here as we move on later on into this game. Jordan Gershanks will come off the bench. He is a prospect, so we'll see what his at-bat looks like here against Pablo Sanchez as that 4-seamer gets in the strike zone for strike 2. And count 1-2 now to him, and it's a ground ball. Suarez has it over to second for 1. Nan Chatham, okay, he does get the out at second base, lost the ball on the transfer, and apparently what happened there, and they don't get it over to first base in time, so that'll be just 1 out there in that situation. Francisco Perez comes out of the bullpen. Has he given up like, what, 2 runs in 50 innings this year? That's kind of insane there. 2-2 pitch. Nice stop by Redmond here, and he is going to try and take it himself, and he does actually beat out the runner and gets the out. And kind of a really impressive play right there. Maybe should have just thrown it to first base, but really impressive play by that first baseman, and that is going to end the inning. Vincent O. Okay, so his first name was Vincent. I was not incorrect there on that assessment. Vincent O. comes out of the bullpen. Didn't see him in the All-Star game. He is one of the top closing pitcher prospects in baseball here. And he is going to induce a fly ball here into the shallow outfield. The shortstop is back on it to make that catch. So 2 down in the 7th inning, and here is Zach Geloff coming off the bench for the East to get his first at-bat of the day. So here's the 2-2 to Geloff, as that 4-seamer is high in the zone for ball 3. Count runs full now, as that 2-seamer misses. Ball 4. Zach Geloff will reach here in the 7th inning. We definitely don't want this lead growing any more than the 3 runs that it's at right now, as trying to steal second base now, and doing that successfully is Zach Geloff. Impressive there, a gutsy call there for him to steal, but now he's in scoring position for Ernie Clement. But Ernie Clement is going to swing and missed at that nasty off-speed pitch. And Vincent works around the walk and gets a 0 put up here for the West in the top of the 7th. I mean, they needed a 0 there for sure, but can the West offense, do anything offensively here late in this game to try and make this one closer? Now, Suarez is up, and he will start the 7th inning off well and off right with a walk. So he gets on here, base runner now. 1 down, men on the corners. Perfect RBI opportunity for Nick Stedman. So what will Zach Warren come out of him here with? The first pitch is a ground ball. Goshanks has it over to first, and it's a double play. A complete momentum killer right there in this spot in the game. And that really, really hurts you if you are the East and trying to come back in this one. And now coming out of the bullpen, here is Emmanuel Cummings, as he's going to get this top of the 8th inning for the West. So, Chris Saiz comes out of the off the bench here. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not actually sure 100%. But he now is going to line that one down the line and fair and rolling into the corner as Keller gets it. But he's going to get to second base here with a double. So Manning scoring position, 1 down. Luis Brinson. Somehow that's not strike 3. That is that's a bad call by the umpire. And now he ends up blocking him the next pitch. So, I mean, that is a mistake call there. Should have got the strikeout. And instead, you get a walk. And so now you got to work around that, though. How will you recover after that? Disappointing. You don't get all the calls that you want to in this game. There's a fly ball. It's into left field. Keller is under it. Makes the catch there. And that is a big second out. No advance from the base runners. 2 down in the inning. Now, P.J. Higgins comes up to the plate. Big spot here. The East trying to add on if they can to this lead. And it's a ground ball over to Mitrovic. And that's an easy play for him to get that ball and then step on the bag to end the top of the 8th inning. 4-1 game. Zach Geloff back up at the plate here in the top of the 9th. And a 290 average for him, 767 OPS. Really good numbers for him right now. A double-A. And that's a fly ball. Friedel is moving towards it now. Makes the catch there. And Zach Geloff will fly out into left field. Round number 2 in this 9th inning. And now we're going to move on to the bottom of the 9th. Virgil Garcia chosen as the East closer here in this All-Star game, and he will get the bottom of the 9th in a 3-run game. So 2-1, as there's a line drive. That one is going to get down for a hit. I mean, if the West wants to, make any type of headway and come back in this game, they got to get out some base runners, and so they do just that here to begin this inning. As that ball is in the dirt. Gets away from Cuero, and they're not going to be able to get the runner as they throw down to second base there. So that's a wild pitch. And, we saw Virgil Garcia struggle in that Futures game when he struggled right out of the gate. Gave up a lot of base runners early on. Had an error that occurred to him as well. But he's got to work around the adversity and the base runners here again in this appearance. And he does get a big first out right there. Justin Yurchak coming off the bench now for the West. So 1 out here in the inning. Justin Yurchak, the 1-0 to him. Fly ball into center field. Brinson is there under it, makes the grab, and that's a big out number 2. So 1 down, one more to go here in this game now. Virgil Garcia trying to seal off the closer, put off the save, as that's a fly ball into center field, and basically the same spot. Just a little bit further away and further out in the outfield, but Brinson, once again under it, makes the catch and ends the ball game. So a win for the Eastern All-Stars here in Double-A, and I mean a game that they pretty much had in hand since the very early stages of the game. Had a 3-0 lead after the top of the 3rd inning and ended up winning it 4-1. Their pitching was fantastic in this one. And some of our guys that we wanted to showcase, some of these All-Stars and these prospects did a really awesome job in this All-Star game, you know, including Mason Wynn getting a triple and Jordan Walker getting an RBI as well. So some good action there and some good showcases for some of our younger players here in the minor leagues. Vincent O had a pretty good, solid inning as well. Drew Waters had a monster home run as well in this game. The only run for the West in this one all night. We'll look at the final out there. But Rick Marlin does get the player of the game. He had a 2-for-3 day with a home run as well, so he had a really good outing and a really good performance. But you saw for specifically our guys that we wanted to focus on here in this game. Goshank's 0-for-1. Mason Wynn, though, 1-for-3 with an RBI. And Walker 1-for-3 with an RBI as well. So a couple of hits for some of those guys. And 10 overall hits for the Northeastern All-Stars in this game. Zach Goff went 0-for-1 but did walk. And there was 6 total walks that they got in this game over the course of it. So that's actually quite a lot there. But go by Cease, a triple by Wynn, home run by Marlin. And there's the 4 RBIs split up there. Steven Richardson, 1 scoreless inning for him. Fernando Cruz did give up a run and gave up the only run that anybody for this team gave up today. The home run to Drew Waters, and then the rest of the bullpen was just brilliant there. And Garcia, an inning, did give up a hit, but does not give up a run and gets the save. And then for the Southwest All-Stars, home run by Drew Waters. Bo Suarez was 0-for-2. Did walk, though, in this game. Nick Stedman, unfortunately, went 0-for-3 in this one. Didn't really do much for this team. And I didn't get to see him shine. But, yeah, that'll be in here as soon as we look at the pitching stats. And, Gonzalez there gives up a run, but Maxwell Ojeda, scoreless inning. Had a scoreless inning. Emmanuel Cummings, we kind of redeemed himself, gave up a run in that All-Star in the Futures game, but did not give up a run in this appearance here. And that is the box score there. And that'll be the end of this one here in this episode, as we will focus on the other 2 AA All-Star games, and we'll also have the Home Run Derby next time in this franchise, and then we'll have the All-Star game officially after that. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned to this channel for those videos to be released and to come out, and I hope everybody's having a great day and a great weekend here on Easter. I mean, definitely an important weekend for me to remember, and so hope everybody has a great Easter weekend. Get out there to church and to service and to see family and friends and all that. I hope everybody has a great time there in this time of year, and I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and I'll be back with the next episode soon. So, thank you guys once again for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.